interest. All right, let jump directly into the first exercise, which is the exercise 17, track cumulative values. The marketing department has implemented a new customer material discount, which is only applicable for the first order. Ah, interesting. And we need to verify that the pricing limits of conditions can correctly handle the special pricing situation. The checkbox condition update must be selected for the condition type K005 in customizing for this exercise to work properly. And use the subGUI of the backend for the exercise. Yeah, we mostly use subGUI for the configuration and so on. And therefore, what customizing setting is required to enable the system to retain accumulated amounts? Review the customizing for condition K005 as a prerequisite for the following site. The necessary settings should be activated in your system. When the function is activated, do not change it. Then we are going to create a condition record for the condition type K005, customer B 26, material 226, and enter rate of 100 euros. If the sales org 1010, distribution of 10. Keep the default values for the validity period for this exercise. Make the necessary settings so that the discount is only applicable for the first order of the customer. Okay, so it means that there could be some settings which tells the SAP system, hey, this particular condition record, they are only applicable for once only and not for multiple orders. And then we are going to create the first sales order to test that, and then based on that, we're creating the second sales order and validate all if the discount is granted in the first one and not in the second one, how we can verify that. And later on, we will then change the condition record so that the condition is only active for the first 15 pieces of the material. And we are going to test it again and examine the pricing. All right, really interesting. I really don't know how to configure this, but let's us explore the system ourselves and figure out what is in the backend or in the condition type or condition record setting, which enable this settings. First, retain the accumulated amount. Let me also open up the system. You can still hear me, right? Just want to make sure. Otherwise, I go the whole live stream unknown that I haven't picked out my mic. All right, here we go. I probably need to log into the system again since I was inactive from yesterday. The accumulated amount, interesting. I'm not sure what about that, but We can first check the condition update from the condition case 05 to check the relevant settings. First, I go to this v/06 condition type, search price. I will position to case 05 to customer material discount. It looks the same like the case 07. Let we check the backend. Condition class is A. Calculation type is based on the quantity, plus minus, it's negative. We have here also the access sequence. This is a manual entry, has priority, item conditioned, and scales by type is also based on the quantity of the sales order items. We have also quantity conversion. All right. What they want us to have is the functionality to update the condition type. Yeah, condition update here. What does this mean? It means control whether limit values are relevant for pricing. For example, you can make use of the particular condition record in document dependent on the special total value. Specify total value. The total value can be specified into total record. All right, let me set this up for an accumulated value. This should be then the accumulated amount in condition type. Condition update enabled. All right, then let me set that up, and we go to probably creating a condition record for the condition type. Let me go to VK11. Condition type is case 005. Click on enter. Here I have the sales of 1010, distribution of 10. The customer is 620, B26. All right, and the material we are going to talk about today is 226 instead of 126 from the last 4 days. All right, this is the happy bike, and the amount that I want to have now is the rate of 100 euros. All right, what we have now is that makes the necessary settings so that discount is only applicable for the first order of your customer. For the exercise, use the transaction VK, change the discount record so that it's only valid once. Save the changes. Interesting. All right, let me see if we have any functionality here that tells me, hey, this is only available for 1 day. Not in this particular table. I have here 100 euros per piece, but it should only be available for the first one. Let me go to the details of the condition record. I have here the internal comment, condition amount per piece is valid from valid to. To be honest, we don't know exactly when the first order could be landed, so the validity period should be default. The important part is how to enable it only for the first order. So it's not in the detail of the condition record. I would check also other stuff, for example, triggered validity period, the scaled additional data. What about sales due? Not particularly. Regarding the promotion max condition value, yeah, this should be the max condition value, then max number of orders and max condition base value. All right. So here I think for this, I think I have found it. So for this accumulated amount, after we have enabled it in the backend for the condition type, there will be a couple of limits for pricing, which we can enable for the condition record that we are calculating now or creating now. For, three possibilities. First, max condition value. We can put the discount up to 1,000 euros or 100,000 euros, and afterward it is not no more applicable. That's the first one. Or the maximum of orders. In this case, I'm going to select. Uh, okay, I from 1 to 3. All right, then I will select 01 because I only need it for the first order. And the max condition value, can I select also 9 and 10 valid value? Okay. What about 2, 3, 4? Okay, I don't know how we can configure this, but it seems like the max order value, it is limited to 1 to 3. I think there should be something that we can configure in the back end. I'm not sure if we have that kind of possibility right now. Just let me quickly check. So it's the 05. Yeah, regarding the condition update, I don't see anything related to maximum or the total value. Yeah, but okay, it's not really important for now. I think it's still sufficient for my requirement of the exercise for now, which is only for the first order. Otherwise, we can also configure it the way that it should be um, for the base value. I think could be then uh, for 10 pieces of this particular material or 15 pieces. All right, let's save the condition record for now. One thing I want to check is for all the condition type where this condition update is not enabled, for example, case 007. This is also the customer discount is also based on the percentage and not based on the quantity of material. I don't have here a calculation on a condition update. What would happen inside the condition details, then I will go then to VK12 to K07. Um, I hope that I have something here. Yeah, I do have something for the customer Leonardo 26. If I go to details and additional data, yeah, as you can see here, since I don't enable the update condition for the condition type, we will not have any um, accumulated amount being displayed for this particular condition record. All right, really interesting. Yeah, that's something we want to learn in the project. Yeah, compared to this one, if I go to additional data, yeah, you can see here limit for pricing, and now it's being currently set to 1. All right, having that said, let us now test our setting by creating the first sales order. I will go back and go to OR, create the sales order, ship to party should be the Leonardo customer. The customer reference today is 26531, and the material is 226. Order quantity is 10 pieces. All right. Right, let us check the condition. So I have here the price, which is 310 euros, a customer discount, which is K005 of 100 euros. Perfect. Yeah. Which is that it applies 100 euro per pieces. And since we have 10 pieces, the condition value is now 1,000 euros. And the customer discount of 1% is not applied now, I think because of the exclusion list. Um, Let us also go to the analysis. First, I have K005. So this condition records have been found, and go to K007. Condition record has been found, but it has been enabled probably because of the because of the how can I say inclusion list. How to check that? Actually, in the pricing procedure for the RV001, we check the control here between the step 101 and 120. I think there could be a lot of different discount. And here, before the K07 is being displayed, we have an K005, and they have probably share the same requirement. And since they all discount, if one of the previous discount has been enabled, um, then I think any subsequent discount will not be applicable anymore. Yeah, that could be my consumption since they share the same requirement. Item with pricing. Not sure exactly what is the back end. It's probably just check whether this schedule lined item is enabled with pricing or not. If they share the same requirement and they say the same, how can I say, condition class, um, we will then not having the inclusion list. That could be my assumption, yeah. Even though the inclusion here is not being activated, so that could be only my assumption here. To really check that, let me ask my friend quickly. In SAP pricing, I have two discount K05, K07. In normally only K07 is activated. Since now K05 is activated for this particular sales order, K07 is no more active. Where to check this configuration which make this happen? I have medium. I think high. I need high for now. Yeah. Did they change the model from just from today, 11th of June? Could be. Yeah. And normally I don't want an instant response from ChatGPT because it's really a low quality. Maybe useful for some of the quick search, like what is this, what it does, and the meaning of something. For really complete like this, I prefer somewhat more intelligent. Yeah, I think very likely the condition inclusion is the SAP pricing. Or I'm not sure if the two being assigned to a conditioned inclusion group or not, but let's just check as well. I will go then to basic setting, pricing, condition inclusions, condition inclusion for group of conditions, condition inclusion for condition types and record, invoice list discount, yeah. So every discounts they have this conditioned exclusion indicator. All right, interesting. But I don't see it in the back end of my condition. It is based on the condition class. It could be. Yeah, it could be. That's is only my assumption only. But regarding the condition group, I'm not sure if we have any. Yeah, we have discount inclusion. And yeah, okay. So they are using actually the exclusion group um, inside pricing. So you see here, I have the first condition inclusion group 001. They have a lot of different discount spreading from material, K05 customer material, customer discount, and these are inside my condition group. And what is the method for this pricing procedures? Let's go to RV001. I will go to exclusion. So the first one, condition inclusion, is the discount inclusion. What I have here, the best condition between. Yeah. So it means that uh, whenever I have different kind of you know uh, when I have different discount being enabled inside the same sales order, they will then choose the best discount that having the best value overall. Um, that could be it. So what can I change to make the K07 is better? So we can check this. Um, before saving this order, I don't want to test the same like the exercise that we go now. I want just to check effect of something we are going to do an extra mile for now. For example, I will now go to K005. I'm going to change the value of it. I don't want it to be 100, otherwise be 1000, but I want it to be €1. So I will then click on 1.5 euros, for example. If that the case, then I will then go to the sales order, test like this, and we have 10 pieces. Let's freak out the condition. I hope this time what I expect now is the condition type K007 to be effective. Yes, because the customer discount is now €31 instead of and it's which is bigger than the customer discount that I'm having now, and therefore it should take the best discount from this one. Yeah. One thing that I'm a little bit confused now is that they before they apply the first customer discount and then they calculating the customer discount, and then if this is smaller, they take the above one, but in this case um, they apply this, but it doesn't have any effect, so they ignore it, and then we have €31 here. All right. Nevertheless, it is sufficient for now, and I'm happy to move on. Then let me go back, and we are going to follow with the exercise for now. What they need is for us to test only the first sales order and creating directly the same, and check if the sales order is having the discount. It should not, because the discount is only for the first order only. So yeah, you see here, this is now €21 because they have um, calculating based on they subtract the 1000 from the first discount from the price, and then they have a net value of 2100, and then they are applying the 1%, which is, should not be the case, because this is now lowering the customer discount compared to the previous one. I think both of the discount should be calculated based on the net value of the price, I think this should be more or less being configured in the pricing configuration. For example, if you really want to understand, I will also show you in the pricing procedure of RP001. So instead of having the customer discount K07 calculating from the previous step, you should set it. It should be calculating from the step 11 to step 11, like this, something like this, so that always the discount they are calculating based on the gross price of the material or maybe the net price instead of the price after having any previous account being applied. Therefore, the amount of discount should no longer be valid, and yeah, and it will be not plausible to compare with the other discount to check whether which discount has more value, because the base value those are now different. All right, having that said, this should be my sales order, the first one. Now creating the same one. So 10 pieces. Going now to conditions you see here. Why do I have this 95 freight charge here? Who did this to mind? Who did this? They should have their own pricing procedure. Why did he assign this pricing procedure to mind? And someone must probably do something wrong with their own exercise. But nevertheless, what I'm showing you here is that I have only the price and the customer discount, and I don't find any discount for the K005. The condition exists but has not been set since it's being used up from the pricing limit. All right. Yes. No. L limits use up. How can you verify which order has received the discount 005? Where do you find this information? How can you verify which order has received? In the items conditions details, check the condition types. K05 exists only in the first order created. So we are now changing the condition record for the condition type K05 so that the condition is only active for the first 15 materials. All right, this is exactly what we have seen earlier. Now I will go inside and go to additional data. I will change this from um, maximum orders to 15 pieces of material. And we are going to create new sales order. I think probably everything is same, but the order quantity is now 15. Now having that set, did I set this? Okay, I did not, but let's set this, and I'm going to create another one. 03. This is material, 15 pieces. Hopefully we have the customer discount K005 now, which is should be valid for should it not be valid for the whole 15 pieces? All right. And you can see here I have only 500 instead of 1500. The reason being could be that from the last exercise I have used up already 10 pieces, and therefore having this particular one I have only 5 pieces valid. Yeah. Only 5 pieces receive the discount K005. Yeah, you can check them here. This is the condition value that I'm having for now. Even though the quantity is 15 pieces, I have only 500 euros, so only 5 pieces have the discount. The reason being is that even though the limit is 15 pieces for the first 15 pieces for the material, 10 pieces were already receiving a discount from the last order of, therefore only 5 pieces left active. So now for any new orders, you want to make sure that the K005 will not show at all. At the moment, for any new order, your condition record will not be taken into account, but it will show up as the value 0 as long as the condition record is valid. Delete your condition record and set the deletion indicator. All right, so to test that, also really interesting. If I'm now going to create the same stuff right now, for example, only one pieces, we go to conditions. Yeah, this is kind of annoying that they are still showing up here. And the K07 is now being active since now it's having a 0 value. Then we need to delete it so that it will not bother us. To do that, going to the condition type. So now I'm going to select this line and going to delete the row. Delete indicator for condition record has been set. The only thing is now to do is to set this. So going back to create a different sales order, and test height. Let's make it also one pieces only. Yeah, I see only the K007 without anything being set up here. All right, that could be it for exercise 17, track cumulative values. A really interesting topic. At first, I thought that the cumulative values is the subtotal value inside any pricing procedure. As you can see here, I have the price, customer discount, and I have a net value want, which is 306 euro, which should be then applicable for the next upcoming start task, or for example, discount or other uh, surcharge, for example, but I don't have here now. And after having the surcharge, I would have the net value 02. This should be then my accumulative value inside the condition value for the whole sales order. At first, I thought it was about, but surprisingly, it was about the cumulative cap or total value inside pricing conditions, whether we want it to have only a discount for the first order, or the first 10,000 euros, or the first 15 pieces of material. That is where we set it up in the condition type with update condition being activated. Where was it? Yeah, condition update activated. And secondly, we are um, also activating it inside the additional data of the material of the condition record. Yeah. So two settings, two configuration need to be done. First, enable the backend config of the condition type. Secondly, um, yeah, also configure the limit for pricing inside the particular condition record. All right, really interesting exercise. Regarding the pricing procedure, the subtotals, how we can configure that is also a really interesting topic that I want to know. Not sure if you can see here quickly, for example, the price amount. This should be the first subtotal. Then they're having the second subtotal as the net value. And then the three subtotal, for example. Not sure how we can configure it, but hopefully we will see. But that could be it for now. Exercise 17. Let's have a quick pause before we move on with exercise 18. Use the special condition types. Also, a new topic for me that I'm not sure why, not really familiar with, but we will see together. It could be also a really long exercise as the previous one, even twice as long, but we will see.